the ones that always turn out the best, I think, are the NES games. I don't know why, but it just seems like NES is like my safe zone. Now, there's two kinds of games. There's ones that I remember from my youth, and then there's ones that I just found out about, like the Atari porn games, for example. I didn't know about those when I was a kid. So, I had a hit list, you know, in the beginning, like just a list of all games I wanted to do. But then there'd be new discoveries that would come along all the time, you know. I'd get some requests, maybe, and, like, the requests help steer my decisions. You know, like, I'll go to a game that I've always wanted to do, like Jaws was one, Chester's Quest, you know, I wanted to do that from the beginning. But then I'll find out about a game like Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, and it's like, oh, wow, that'll make a good one. So, when I was doing these, like, 2 videos a month, like, I didn't really have much time to pick a game. I had to, you know, just go to my list and go to the next one that was in line. But, you know, it's better when I have more time to just sit around and play some of these games until I can decide which one will make the best video. It also depends a lot how many other video projects I'm working on at the moment, how busy my personal life is. The Rob the Robot video, for example, I knew that video was going to take me a whole month to do. So, like, for now, for example, let's pick, you know, Barbie. I mean, you know, you look at this and it's like, okay, that's got to be bad, you know, but we don't know, so we play it. Let's try. And while I'm playing the game, I'm also recording it, because I record everything I play onto a DVD recorder. Every system I have here is connected to the DVD recorder, and then, of course, goes to the TV, so I can see it. How do you connect this many systems to one thing? It's a mess. It's not recommended, but what I do, well, a lot of them use coaxial cables, which suck. You can see right over there, they all go into a splitter, which goes into the back of the VCR here. And then for all the ones that use these, you know, RCA composite video cables, they go into these different switchers. We have switcher A, switcher B, and switcher C. Now, it's very hard to keep track of this. That's why I have a chart, and it helps me keep track. Say, for example, I want to play the CDI. I don't know why I ever want to play that again. But it goes to switcher C, which is set to 4. VCR is set to line 2, and VCR is set to line 1. The AC adapters are an outstanding mess. I do not recommend this. You could risk an electrical hazard, but I've been doing it pretty safely because I have surge protectors. I never turn on more than one system at a time, and when they're not in use, I turn them off. No matter how simple, every video involves the same steps. Playing the game, writing the script, shooting the video and recording the voiceover, and editing the video. It's never been any different. You can't just hit record and have it all happen instantaneously. We can try it, though. Okay, so Barbie loves reading about mermaids. Okay, she's getting sleepy. So see, I can't think of much to say about this. Okay, so the game starts. Alright, she jumps pretty damn slow. There's a bunch of bees. There's a ball with a fucking tennis racket. There's a little dog. Shitting out baseballs. There's Toucan Sam. Can't figure out how to get past the wall. I'm going to throw a ball to Toucan Sam. Nothing's happening. You see, this game is giving me some possibilities, but I'm not an improv kind of guy, so I can't just run through it like this and spit out creative gold. I got to go through it and develop it some. So at this point, I'm just trying to decide if I want to use this game or not, this video. And if I don't think it's working out, like, you know, I'll give it like 15 minutes, and then I'll turn it off and I'll try something else. If I think, yeah, like this is workable, I can do this, then that's when it goes from casual gaming to making a nerd out of it. I'll get out my laptop or a notepad. and I'll start writing down notes. What am I writing? Anything I think I might want to use for the video. I come across something in the game, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to want to remember that. I write it down. And a lot of times Mike is here, and he'll be helping me out, writing the notes. Sometimes I'll be playing, and then he'll be writing the notes, so I don't have to keep pausing and doing double duty. Most of the time, it's just me. I'm also writing down the time code for everything that happens. You can see the time code right on the DVD recorder. It's going to be handy later to be able to find all these parts again. Because I might have hours and hours of footage, and then I'll be scanning through it, try to locate them. So writing down the time code and all that, it may seem like a lot of extra work at first, but in the long run, it's going to save a lot of time. And of course, as I'm playing the game, I'm recording it, and I'm recording my own authentic experience of playing through it. So when you see me die in the game, I'm really dying. I don't pretend to do it like I used to, like in the Karate Kid video. Like I was deliberately running into enemies and dying on purpose, but I don't do that anymore. Now I make sure that everything I play is authentic. A big question is, how long do I play the game? Well, basically, once I have enough notes and enough material to work with, then the job's done. But I want to feel complete. I don't always have to beat the game, but I want to make sure that I think I found everything in the game that I'm going to want to talk about. And I don't know what that is until I play it. If there's something later in the game, like if I know there's something at the end that I want to show, sometimes I'll use a password or a code or something, but not very often, because then I'll always regret missing something, down the line. It's like the turtle video. I didn't even show the text room, and that was a big part of the game. So I always regretted that later on. So I never want to feel like I'm missing anything. This is all just about playing the game authentic. Like a lot of people ask, why don't I use emulators? And like I know on emulators, from what I understand, there's like ways to cheat and like skip through the game and stuff. But that's not the point. Like I need to really play it. And I also just couldn't see myself like hunched over at a keyboard playing. Like no, playing a game is sitting back on a couch with a controller in my hand. This is it. This is the real deal. Playing the game is the easiest part. Now comes writing the script. This is the most unpredictable phase of the whole production because it just depends what kind of mood I'm in. I can just stare at a blank screen and I'm just not feeling creative, and like the ideas just aren't coming. So then usually I have to like distance myself from it for a bit, go work on a different project or do something different, and then other times I'm not even trying. And then the ideas will come when I'm not home or if I'm in bed and I can't go to sleep until I write it down. So the writing process just depends what kind of mood I'm in. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm taking all my notes and I'm putting them all into like categories. I'm just organizing everything so that it's not just rambling. It actually has some kind of structure. Like I'll take all the parts where I'm talking about the graphics, and I'll put that all in its own section. And then I'll take all the parts where I'm talking about weird enemies, and I'll do the same for that. And I'll kind of structure the whole script so it has like a beginning, a middle, and an end. Any research I need to do on the game, like if I want to talk about the history behind it or anything important that you need to know, I do that now. Like if I want to talk about Barbie, where Barbie came from or something, I do that now. Also, talking about the control of the game, like how it plays, like, I don't want to go too in-depth. If I describe the game too much, I just start to sound like an instructional manual. I want it to be funny, too. But being funny is the hardest part, because it just has to come natural. Like, I can't really force humor, Let's just try this out. I mean, what's the meaning behind Barbie dreaming about balls? It's gotta be a ball joke. Swearing is an angry nerd tradition. I gotta keep that going. But it has exhausted this vocabulary. Words are words. My favorite part is when the nerd is not speaking, when it's all in the facial expression. I always considered myself a visual artist.